The secret origins of Moody's magical eye. So, Moody's magical eye was no ordinary enchantment. It could rotate a full 360 degrees in its socket. It could see through walls of any object, detect magical concealment, reveal disillusionment charms, spot hidden compartments. It could also see what a book art truly looks like, and even pierce the legendary Cloak of Invisibility itself. But where did such an extraordinary artifact come from? Now, there is a number of theories, and I'm going to tackle some of these theories with you now. So let's start with the facts. In the Harry Potter books, we never really truly learn the origins of Moody's eye. All we're told is what it can do. It spins independently, it can zoom in and out, it sees through solid objects, and most importantly, it can see through the Deathly Hallows cloak, a cloak that is said to be completely impenetrable even from death itself. Now, in the wizard world, magical prosthetics do exist. Fake limbs, prosthetic ears for hearing. There's lots of magical replacements for lost body parts. But then there is Moody's eye, which is in a completely league of its own. No other witch or wizard in the series has anything even remotely similar to this. And that makes one thing clear: whatever magic that has created this eye is rare and quite possibly unique. So, theory number one: possibility that it is a standard magical prosthetic. So it's just the most basic theory. It's a simple, high-end magical prosthetic, perhaps ordered from a specialist enchanter. Just in the same way you would order maybe a custom wand. It could be powered by enchantments that maybe combine Humanum Revelio, a spell to detect people with charms that allow sight through barriers. But then here's the problem with this theory. If it was something that could be bought or commissioned, why does no one else have one? And say, for toxic ores, curse breakers, or even Quidditch referees would find this invaluable, but yet Moody's eye stands alone. That suggests that it's not a rare item, it's a one of a kind. So then we'll move on to potentially another theory. It's maybe a Ministry of Magic prototype. Now, with this theory points to the Ministry of Magic. Moody was one of the best Aurors of his time, if not one of. He was definitely one of the best, if not the best. And if the Department of Magical Law Enforcement was experimenting with, say, magical surveillance, it would extremely be plausible that Moody was given this prototype. But again, here's the catch. There's no known Ministry of Magic power that can bypass the enchantments of the cloak, which is obviously, as stated, one of the Deathly Hallows. It's a power far beyond the standard government spell. Now, move on to another theory. There's a theory that it could be an artifact from a previous age. So, that with this theory, there's a possibility that the eye isn't even modern at all. Maybe it's an ancient artifact passed down through the centuries, crafted in a time when magic was wilder, less understood, and perhaps even more powerful. Now, we know that magic relics from older eras can have abilities that modern magic can't replicate. Take the Hallows for one, the Pensive for another, and the relics from the founders of Hogwarts that were all left behind. No one can replicate this. If Moody had perhaps stumbled upon such an artifact, it could explain to you the uniqueness of the eye and why it potentially seems to defy normal magical limits. Now, some theorists believe that the eye may have been forged using dark magic, perhaps by bending the magical side of a creature like a Thestral or a Chimera or something even rarer directly into the prosthetic. Now, this could potentially explain why it feels almost alive, why it could be scanning independently, why it could be locking onto movement and sensing things that others can't. Now, the risk with this theory is obvious that dark magic can come at a cost. If it is true, it means Moody is wearing an eye that wasn't just enchanted. It could possibly have been watching him as much as the others. But then there's one theory that might explain everything, and it all comes down to the one and only Albus Dumbledore. Now, at the time that Moody would have needed the eye, Dumbledore wasn't just any wizard. He was the master of the Elder Wand, the most powerful wand in history, renowned for performing magical reaches beyond any other wand ever. Now, if Dumbledore crafted the eye with the Elder Wand in hand, the results wouldn't have been a simple magic trinket. It would have been a masterpiece with his unmatched skill and the wand's unparalleled power combined. Dumbledore literally could have seamlessly woven enchantments that would have baffled even the greatest magical minds. Phasing through solid walls, easy. Detection of life itself, easy. The ability to strip away the most powerful illusions, like being able to bypass the Deathly Hallows Cloak of Invisibility, easy. Now, we also know that the Elder Wand can do feats that are thought to be impossible, as stated in the final book, Deathly Hallows, which, according to Ollivander, no magic can repair a broken wand, but yet Harry was able to repair his wand with the Elder Wand, which should have been impossible. Now, if this wand is in Dumbledore's hand, it could shatter the very limits of the magic, then creating an eye that could overcome every magical boundary we know suddenly seems not just possible, but likely. And why would Dumbledore do it? Well, it wouldn't be for gold, wouldn't be for politics, or any form of protection, but for loyalty. Albus Moody was one of the few wizards that Dumbledore truly respected and trusted, and if he could give his friend the ultimate weapon in the war against the Dark Wizards, Dumbledore would have done so, and without hesitation, and the Elder Wand would have made this possible. Now, if this theory is true, Moody's eye isn't just a magical prosthetic, it's a one-of-a-kind artifact created by the greatest wizard of his age, using the greatest wand ever made. Now, here is the most unsettling part. After Moody's death, the eye is put into Dolores Umbridge's office door at the Ministry. But then, when Harry later broke into the Ministry of Magic in the Deathly Hallows book, he spots the eye placing the door and takes it out, keeping it from being used as a twisted trophy. But if the enchantments still linger, then even in Harry's hands, it might not just be an artifact of a fallen friend, it might still be watching. So, what do you think? Was Moody's eye a military experiment? An ancient relic? A product of dark magic, or Dumbledore's personal creation with the Elder Wand? And one thing's for sure, when it comes to Moody's eye, someone's always watching.